YouTube. Good morning. How's it going, guys? How you guys been? So this video is for una chuparita. I believe that's what it's pronounced. Sorry, my Spanish is not that great, but let me see.
The purpose of the Morocco Rally is essentially to test the race cars and to kind of get ourselves.
So if you go to this YouTube channel, let me turn you guys around. There it is. They're una chuparita. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but maybe you guys can correct me on it. You guys probably know them. They've been a YouTube channel for a while already. For about, I believe, roughly about 10 years, or about 10 years. I talked to the guy Chris, and shout out to Chris. I appreciate all your feedback and your help, brother. It was a cakewalk, man. I mean, he helped me out. I reached out to him during Christmas, and I just straight up told him my situation, and I told him, hey, you got anything, any deals for, you know, Black Friday or something? He says, not really, but I can help you out. So anyways, he's affiliated with Street Concept. So I'm pretty sure you guys know who they are. Let's see. So they are a shop that's in LA that makes fiberglass hoods, and they make they make fiberglass hoods, Crespo wings, I believe, and also they make SS clone kits as well. So I reached out to them. I couldn't really get on their format, and then I was watching one of their videos. They went to the SEMA show, and then they had a issue with their truck where it locked up when they were doing some donuts out there at this past SEMA show on 2025. So Chris and his brother, they said, hey, if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want a rebuilt kit, or you want a hood or anything, and this is where it all came about. So I noticed that they have their truck is a step side truck, and they do a lot of burnouts, and so I'm pretty sure some of my subscribers can understand what I'm talking about, because or they might be going through it right now as we speak. So I went on OfferUp looking for a step side bed, because I wanted my 05 truck that's my son's now, the white Silverado. That one, I was gonna make that an SS clone when it was mine, but then that changed, and I ended up keeping the GMC truck. So the GMC truck, if I was gonna keep the GMC truck, I was gonna make it a step side. So I told you guys the last video, and I probably told you guys about it before on a couple other videos. If I'm gonna keep that truck, I'm gonna make it a SS clone. I mean, not SS clone, but a step side truck. So, well, long story short, let me turn you guys around. There we go. So here's the truck. You can see it. Get you guys in how it looks on the inside. It's been a while since I showed you guys. The inside's still the same. It has the bench seat. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna get bucket seats and put a center console on that. That's the idea for this one. So I picked up this bed on OfferUp. Got a really good deal on it, and then I picked up this bed from this tailgate from OfferUp. When I got it, it wasn't fitting correctly, and I had to change these brackets that run it onto the bed, and fix that. Got that working, so the hinge is on there, and then I replaced, I believe it wasn't opening or shutting, so I ended up fixing that. But otherwise the tailgate was in good condition. It wasn't dent or broken, and I got a fairly good deal because the bed that I had, or the tailgate that I had that came with this bed, was garbage. But I took it anyways from the guy I got it from, and the hinges were in good condition, so I used the hinges from that tailgate and then added to this one, which was just some minor work. It's very easy to do. So but back to the panels. So I told you guys I was gonna get some panels for the truck, and let me show you what I got. Here we go. These are from Street Concept, and they're out in LA, and they shipped them. I talked to Chris, and Chris did all the work for me. Ordered them around November, the middle of November, or I talked to him about it in November, and he told me it's going to take a while for them to be built, and so they were getting worked on, and they started the process. I put a deposit down to get them started. These are very good, strong panels. I mean, the material is super thick. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I want you guys to see what I've gone through to the process of building this truck. And the idea is this truck is going to be your guys's. It's going to be a giveaway that I'm going to be giving to you guys as my subscribers. And of course, you guys are going to have to enter to win this truck. I'm not ready to do any merch yet at this time, but this is a sneak peek. I guess you can see a sneak peek, or showing the build of the process of it. And the whole idea is that there is a lot of guys that do like the step side, and I wanted to make something different than just the fleet side. These are very harder to come by, the step side. I had a very difficult time trying to find a nice bed that was like at a decent price. So this is the idea. I wanted to find a nice bed. I could not find a decent price bed for this truck. Everyone wanted 15 to 2 grand for their bed. You don't believe me? Maybe in your area might be easier for you, or where you live at might be easier for you to find one, but in my area it was very hard to find one. And if I did find one, they wanted an arm and a leg, and it wasn't even near where I was at. I had to drive 2 hours away, maybe even to LA, to get a used bed. I found a decent bed in Vegas. The guy wanted $500. It was kind of decent, but it still had cracks. So I did more research on them. And there was a guy, turn you back around over here. I'm sorry guys, trying to get better at this. So there was a guy that had a bed. It was about $500 in Vegas, but it had some minor work. It still needed to be done, but $500 is pretty good. But then I have to drive out to Vegas and haul it back, and hopefully it'll survive because it had some damage, and hopefully it'll survive on the way back, because if it was kind of brittle, it would probably crack some more, and then I would still have to get it here and do all the work on it. Now I wanted to find something different, something closer, and so I did find some panels, but a lot of the guys that I found lied. I got to their house and they were like, oh no, it's in good condition. Well, it ended up being that it was cracked or was damaged somehow or was missing something. And then I ran into this channel. I don't have the name of the guy right now, but he builds a lot of, he does custom work, paint, and does a lot of SS clone kits. I just don't remember his channel right now. So I was watching his channel, and one of his videos he was talking about specifically these beds that they make two types of beds. One's a polyurethane and the other one is it's in between like a plastic and fiberglass. It's a polyurethane, I believe, and a fiberglass combined together. So I kept looking and everything I found was polyurethane. And if you see these beds on Street Concept, they have a video. Look up Street Concept and look at one of their videos that they're putting the panel on Chris's truck. I believe it's Chris's truck. And they show the flexibility and how cheap that the original beds are. They're no good. I mean, these trucks came out in '99, so if it was a step slide, you can imagine how old it is. Even if it was 2000, 2001, whatever, and up. So these trucks were built in '99 to '06 or '07. Some fell off of '07. So those beds are old, and the polyurethane, sitting out in the heat, sitting out in the cold. You can imagine how brittle those beds get. Now, I have this bed on my... Sorry if I sound all raspy, guys. I have this bed that's on my OBS truck, but this thing is fiberglass. This is very strong fiberglass, and they made them different back then than what they make them now. So they came out with a polyurethane type bed for material for this bed. Now these are 100% fiberglass, and they're very light but durable. And you can check out the quality. Check out the quality of this. I mean, it sounds just as hard and as strong as my 1990 pickup truck. And that was from back in the day. That truck, it's a 1990. It's over 25 years old. So this panels are made very durable. Let me see if I can get without. Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute, guys. I don't want to mess this up, but I'm going to give you a visual. Let me put it on the grass, guys. Scratch it all up. Which scratches on. I'd rather keep it a solid color. But as you can see, look at the quality of the work. And the reason why I'm showing you guys this, because maybe you're on the fence and not buying one because of the price. Okay? But here's the idea. When I was looking, look at that. See the quality? Look at that. See all that fiberglass, resin? There are sheets on top of sheets of material on there. Look at how thick that material is. Strong. Okay, so let me get you guys back over here. You guys can look at me and I can talk to you right instead of you guys looking at the floor. So so I went to go look for a bed. I think this was somewhere in kind of like close to Visalia area, and the guy wanted, I believe it was 1100 or 1,000 or 1,100, 1,200, something like that. And he wanted the bed, and he said it was all good and whatnot. When I got there, the bottom portion of the bed was cracked. It had cracks. Let me show you on this one over here. Kind of get an idea. So it had cracks along here, and then when you bolt on the bracket, there's a bar bracket that goes here. It bolts onto the bed. It was cracked here, and I think it had a crack somewhere around the lights, somewhere around here. Anyways, it had different types of cracks, and he said it was good. He was like, oh, that's just minor repair. I was like, dude, you told me I drove like an hour away, like an hour and a half away from where I live, and he said it was in good condition. So I got tired of all that BS, and I said, screw it. I started looking around, and then I ran in, and I started figuring out the price and everything. I believe it's about, I think it's like 1,800. It's either 1,500 to 1,800 for the these panels that I got. So Chris gave me a discount on it, and helped me out. And now I'm not sure if he can do that for you, but here's the thing, guys. I can understand, like, you can pick up one of these beds fairly cheap without any of the panels. Some guys are selling them cheaper, some guys are not. But the idea is the panels is the most important part. And I could have picked up a bed for about $1,200. Again, I had found another one, and it had tubs done to it, but it still needed some work. But when it came down to it, it didn't matter where I looked. If I was gonna find a used bed originally with original panels with the old material on there, you can imagine how brittle that those panels are from 99 to 06. Those panels, it doesn't matter where you look. Even if the bed was painted and it was in good, it looked in good condition, eventually it was gonna crack. So what I did, I was like, you know what? Why am I gonna mess with all these used panels? Guys wanted $800 to $1,000 for each side. Guys wanted $500 to $600 with just birdie part of the bed, of the panel, and would have to be fixed. So I said, screw it, you know, I'm gonna buy new ones. And I'm glad I did, because this is the reason I'm making this video, because I want you guys, I did the homework for you guys. Go out there, contact, don't waste no time with all these other guys that are selling their, matter of fact, these guys are eventually gonna have to, if they want to keep that bed, they're gonna want to change over. Anybody that has a step side wants to change over to these, because the reason why, the material on this is so much better than what they have on their truck. So let's say you take your truck into a shop and get it painted. They're gonna do some patchwork, fix the cracks, but maybe a year or 6 months down the road, they're gonna get a crack. The reason why is because they did a patchwork job on it, and now you got a brand new paint job, and you got your step side truck that was painted, the whole truck is repainted, and then your bed is cracking. So what's the point of getting it painted if 6 months down the road it's gonna get cracked or broken? Because these panels, these original panels, are no good. They're just too old. The material is super thin. I mean, if you go to Street Comp Set and look at that video, the material just moves just like this, like this hat. And you can see the guy when he's in the video, in Street Comp Set's video, he's stepping on it, and it literally just snaps and breaks. So you can imagine a rock hitting underneath there, and it'll break. It's just garbage. So I'm making this video to let Chris know, and to let Street Concept know that I gave it 2 thumbs up, and you guys did this is a blessing. I mean, this is awesome, guys. These panels are so much better than if I would have waste my money and spending $2,000 on some panels, and then because I was gonna buy one of those beds for $500, and then seriously, like if I would have did all the work on it and then get my truck painted and everything, and then have to go back and fix that bed and keep fixing it and fixing it and fixing it and fixing it, I was like, you know, I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm just gonna go. So I went to Chris, talked to Chris, and we did the whole deal. It took me, it was probably roughly less than a month from between the end of November to December, and I already got his January, and I already got him. Now I could have got them sooner, but it took me a little longer because it wasn't his deal, it was me paying it off, and he did me a solid. He helped me out, and I was able to do payments. So either you get contact with Chris or you get contact with Street Concept, but it was easier to get a hold of Chris. Chris did all the legwork, and then the feedback was awesome. He got a hold of me. He gave me a couple options. Either, you know, I can meet you there halfway, or it can be delivered. And then it was too far for me to go out there. I got too much responsibilities at home, so I told him, look, let's just do something else. Instead of meeting, let's just can we do where you can drop it, get it delivered. So he did that, and that was taken care of. It was a decent cost for delivery. Now I'm not sure if that's going to be the same for you. I'm not giving any numbers. I just let you know that those panels are about $1,800 for the set. Now he gave me a bit of a discount. I don't know if he'll do the same for you. Reach out to him, he might. I don't know how it is for him. That would be on him and between him and Street Concept. But if I'm correct, I remember him telling me that that he's affiliated with them and that he handles a lot of the work there at Street Concept. So regardless if he does or doesn't, I mean, he's gets contact with them, and it makes it a lot easier. I couldn't get a hold through Street Concept. I could not get a hold of them through their social media, and I was having a hard time trying to figure out where's their panels at. And I know I seen the video, but it seemed like all they did was made hoods. So when I found out with Chris, he's like, oh no, I get you some panels. So here we are, guys. So I didn't want to give you guys some broken, used, cheap, broken panels on this truck. If one of you guys are gonna be winning this truck, and then down the line the panels break. So I wanted to make it as durable as possible and as affordable as possible that I could get it. Unfortunately, is a little more pricier, but honestly, on Marketplace, these guys are selling a clean bed for 25 to 2 grand for a bed with the, you know, the bumper and everything that goes with it. And then other guys are parting them out and or want a ridiculous price. Like some guys want it $250, $300 for just the tailgate, and $800 to $1,000 for just one panel, nothing else. And you know, everything was separate, so it makes it really difficult. Some guys were selling pieces off of the bed for a ridiculous price. You know, that's way over $2,500 if you're going to be piecing it out. So do your guys self a favor. Hopefully you'll take this advice and go pick your guys self up some new panels at Street Concept, and go follow Chris, and check out his YouTube channel, and do yourself a favor and get yourself some new panels, and you guys will be happy. I am trying to show you guys, but for some reason I'm getting a lot of text messages right now, so I don't want to share that with you guys. So anyways, here's his channel, guys. There it is, Chris and his brother. You guys get a hold of him, and I got a hold of him through Instagram. So if you guys are wondering how I got a hold of him, I got a hold of him through Instagram, and he gave me his personal number. We talked, and now probably about a month. So like it was end of November till now, and I got new panels, guys. So this is the video that I wanted to share with you guys. And shout out to Chris, him and his brother, and what they're doing out there. They're posting out videos of not street concept, but he is making videos that has to do with trucks and cars. So keeping everything automotive and keeping the car scene or the truck scene alive. All right, guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it right now. I'm gonna show some videos where I'm gonna put these panels on, but I just wanted to make this part so you guys can see what I'm dealing with and what you guys can have. Delivery was very easy. He got a hold of me, gave me the tracking number. I had to go to a postal pickup area here in Fresno, and I just went there, gave him the code, and they packed in the box into my truck. It was very light. It came in this box here, as you can see. Expo, that's who these guys were here. I honestly tell you guys, get a hold of Chris, and he can help you guys out and get you guys set on your way. Even if you guys have, if you're working on a truck right now, don't even bother with those panels. If you have a step side bed, don't even bother with those panels. Take those suckers off, put them aside, sell them, give them to someone else. They want to deal with it, let them. But honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't deal with them. I would get rid of those old panels, put these guys on there, and they're a lot stronger and a lot durable. The plans are on this is that I'm going to, it comes with these plastic mud guards that are they bolt on to the inside of the fender wells in here. So the fender wells, they're like a plastic piece that goes underneath here. There's a splash guard that goes, connects to there, and then I don't remember how it was, but it's just this plastic tunnel that's supposed to protect it. But I'm going to change that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, it's like the way you put the tubs on the inside, I'm going to put them on the inside here. So like, let's see, does this truck have it? No, I think my son's truck has it. So you could see how the tubs are like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tubs in here to protect the fiberglass on these panels instead. So I'm going to come up with something, and I'll share with you guys what I did on that. All right, guys, so that's the idea. And if I need to put tubs on the inside of the bed, I will, but I don't think I'm going to go that low. I think I'm just going to get enough tuckage just to go underneath here. And if I have to come up with something to protect the fiberglass there, then I will. I might put a steel piece in there to protect them, like on the inside here, because depending on where they will, because usually these get cut out right in this area because the wheel starts to touch it. So I'm thinking about putting a steel sheet of metal here and then bond it with fiberglass over this to make this more. These are pretty strong, but if the wheel hits it, at least it won't be shaving the fiberglass. It'll be hitting the metal, and that should be good enough. But all right, guys, let me turn you back around over here. Oh, let me show you around. You've probably already seen, but show you the garage. I got rid of those racks. I'm using this rack right now part-time as a table, because I want to concentrate on working on those transmissions. I'm still learning, guys, and I want to make sure I get that done right, because eventually I want to build these for myself, for my own trucks, so I don't have to be going to someone else, and I'll be able to have a transmission ready. If one transmission goes out, I'll have another one ready, slap it in, good to go. So that's the idea, to save cost wise. And I'm making enough room in here so that I can, like I told you guys before, so that I can start bringing in some cars and doing some work with the frames. All right, guys, so and I still gonna make a video on the welder that I got, this MIG welder that I picked up at Harbor Freight. Still got to do an unboxing with that, but just wanted to show you guys how it's coming along. Give you another look. All right, guys. All right, Chris. Thank you, Chris, very much, man. I really appreciate it. I hope to meet you guys soon, slowly but surely. Also, too, just a little bit of an update. The idea is to put this is a 6.4? 6.4, I believe it's 6.4, the Hemi motor from the Scat 392 engine into the burnout truck. That is the idea that I want to do, is switch that over. So I'm on the fence on it still, but because it's doesn't need to be rebuilt, I could just slap it in and connect everything and it should be good to go. Now versus the 60 and the 80, they both have to be rebuilt. The 60 has about 200,000 miles or 180,000 miles for the 60, and it's all stock. And the 80, I know it has to be rebuilt. I believe it works, but with the mileage it had on that truck, it was about 200. So in this situation, I mean, I'm gonna get it running. I'm gonna show you guys how it was working, because I didn't post any videos of it working with the 60 transmission, the 4L60 transmission, before I sold it. Now that 60 transmission was rebuilt, but I didn't want to get on it and then burn it up and I'll be right back needing a rebuilt transmission. And it was a 60, it wasn't a 65. So I reached out to a couple people to get it rebuilt. It was going to cost me anywhere from $2,100 up to like $5,000. I was originally gonna go with Triple P out in Texas, but that was gonna be, it was an arm and a leg for me to pick up a transmission from him. So that just didn't happen. I need to use my money a little bit more wisely. I don't have that kind of capital to do that. So I squashed that idea. Maybe down the line I'll pick one up for him if I ever meet him over there, and I'll pick one up from him. If not, maybe I'll get to the point where I can build me a nice transmission myself, or I might go with a manual transmission down the line. We'll see. But I want to show you guys that it's running. I'm gonna finish up. It's been cold here in Cali, really cold weather after Christmas and New Year's. It's just been very cold, and I've been having a lot of other stuff finishing up around the house that I need to get done before I can come outside and really concentrate on doing the work out here. But I'm starting to get back into it. Really, I was basically trying to clean up the garage and get everything situated and waiting for these panels to come in, because I'm going to do the install next on that. So that everything just kind of fell into that situation. So just kind of give you guys an idea. I will get back on the OBS truck, finish up the doors, get that wired in, but they're not like top of my list. I want to go back because I disconnected the wiring harness on the 6.0, and I swapped it out for the, because it had originally it had the harness from the Cadillac Escalade, so I switched that out and put the harness from the 2500 pickup truck, because that originally harness comes with a 4L80. The other one came out with an all-wheel drive, so I was able to marry the two-wheel drive with that harness. But instead of using the adapter for the harness, I end up just swapping out the whole harness for now. Maybe later I will switch them back out, because the harness does work for the dashboard inside. So I might go back to the Cadillac Escalade and just go ahead and depin the PCM to accept the 4L80. So that's a lot of work, you know. There's different things you can do, what you can and can't do. But anyways, in this situation, I'm just gonna go ahead and hook it up, and then you guys can see how it drives and runs with the 4L80. And pretty much it's a bone stock 6.0 with a bone stock 4L80, you know. So the whole idea first of what it was first trying to get it swapped into an LS motor. And the Cadillac Escalade was what I wanted to go for, because I wanted a 6.0 and I wanted to be an LQ9. So the first thing first was doing the swap, and that was hard enough as it is already, because it's not an LS motor or body, it's an OBS from 1990. So that was a lot of stuff that I had to go through. So anyways, guys, that's the idea on that one. I will get back to it and show you guys what's going on there. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna make some videos of me installing these panels, and you guys get an idea how they are and what I had to go through, and if I had any rough patches installing these new fiberglass panels from Street Comset and from Chris. And I believe it's alright guys, I gotta go. Talk to you later. Please comment, like, and subscribe. All right, see ya.